Here we are on the home page of the mechanical translation of the Torah. And on the home page, we begin with Genesis chapter 1. Now we can change chapters here. And if we want to change books, up here. I'd also like to point out here that if you would like the ebooks to the translation, you can get them here. If you notice anything wrong with the website or there's some errors in the translation, and keep in mind that this is a work in progress. I have not completed the mechanical translation of the Torah, so it is a work in progress. And if you find an error or something missing or some suggestions, contact us and let us know about it. Also, if you find the mechanical translation useful in your studies, you might consider donating to the project. Over on the left side, have links to our social media, the mail list for the mechanical translation, has some links to about the Hebrew language, about the mechanical translation, and some Torah resources. And here also, if you choose to donate. And we also have some links to some of the books that we offer at the Ancient Hebrew Research Center that you might want to add to your library. So now let's take a look at the mechanical translation and how it operates on the website. Words that are in red and in all lower cases are prefixes and suffixes that are added to Hebrew words. If that is in italics, then it is conjugations of a verb. It's the conjugations identified by how the verb is written. Words that are in blue are words. If it's a verb, then it'll have the word verb after it. In green are names. So the first word in Exodus chapter 1 is the Hebrew word wa'ela. And we can click on any of these words that are in color to get more information. So if we click on and, we're taken to the dictionary for prefixes, suffixes, and infixes. And here we have and. Gives you a definition of what this means in the Hebrew language. Then it tells you what the Hebrew is, which is this letter V. That's the prefix. And this means that it's common. It's not masculine or feminine. Alternate translations for this word is as, but, or, so, that, then, or, when. To go back, we hit our arrow back in the browser. So here we can click on these, which takes us to the dictionary of Hebrew words found in the Torah. And this will take a few seconds. It is a large file, so it's going to take a couple of seconds to get there. And here we are, these. It gives you the definition of this word, provides you the Hebrew, which is el or ela, and the Strong's numbers identified with this word. Then we have a link to the Lexicon and to the Concordance. So let's go ahead and click on the Lexicon. Again, this is going to take a few seconds. It's a very large file. And here is these, and this tells us it's a masculine. The masculine form is el or ela. Definition, relationship to the root, which is back up here, hal. The King James translations of this word, these, those, this, thus, etc. The AHLB number, if you have my Ancient Hebrew Lexicon of the Bible, this is where you'll find that there. And the Strong's numbers. Now, the reason why we have the lexicon here is that Hebrew language is a root-oriented language. All of the words that are related to this parent root are going to be related in meaning. So here we have the child root, halal, another child root, ahal, hala, halu, yahal. All of these child roots are derived from this parent root. And all of the words derived from these roots are all going to be related. So when you're doing a Hebrew word study, don't just look at the one word and its definition, but look at it in the context of all of the other words that are related to it. This will broaden your understanding of the Hebrew language and the culture as well. So again, we can go back. Let's go to the Concordance entry. Again, we'll take a few seconds because of the size of the file. And here we have the word these, and this is all the occurrences in the Torah of this word. You can click on any of these, and here's our Exodus 1 verse 1. Let's just go to Exodus 6:15. And there we are, verse 15. So we've already talked about the prefixes and suffixes, Hebrew words. Let's click on the name. This will take us to the dictionary. And here we have yamin. It means right hand. Now this is the mechanical translation of the word yamin. It means right hand. And this is the translation, the revised translation. So let's take, like, for example, yaktan. The mechanical translation, he will be small. And the translation is, he will be small. Let's see if we can find one here that's a little bit more. Okay, this one here is two words that are put together. Yagar sahaduta. So this word means afraid, this word means record, and this little symbol here means that it's connecting. And it means afraid of the record. We also, in the names, we have the Hebrew and the Strong's. Now, the names are not in the lexicon, so we don't have that link here, but we can go to the Concordance, and I would venture to say that this name was only found once, maybe twice. Let's see. Yep, once. All right, so let's go back to where we were. Here we have the revised mechanical translation, and what this does is it takes this translation, the mechanical translation, and rearranges the words so that it makes more sense in English. So, like, for example, here, and these titles, sons, two birthings them, Gershon and Kahat, and Merari, and two livings, Lewi, 7 and 3s and 100 year. Now that doesn't really make sense in English, but that's the order in Hebrew and how it reads basically in the Hebrew. So, but the revised mechanical translation, and these are the titles of the sons of Lewi to their birthings. Gershon, Kahat, Merari, and the years of the life of Lewi is 730 and 100 years. One thing to note here, 30. In the Hebrew, it's simply the word shalosh, which means 3 in the plural form, shaloshim. So 3 is shalosh, 30 is the plural form, shaloshim. And you can understand that by looking in the dictionary. We click on 3. A cardinal number. Alternate translations is 30 when written in the plural. The mechanical translation is a new and unique method of translation that brings you a literal and faithful word-for-word translation of the Hebrew text through the English language. The main purpose of the mechanical translation is to allow you to see the Hebrew text without knowing the Hebrew language. So, for example, Bereshit. You may not know what this word means, but the mechanical translation will give you an exact translation. I hope that this helps you understand a little better how the mechanical translation works. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Let us know what your question is, and we'll see what we can do to help you out. I hope that this will greatly improve your understanding of the Torah and benefit you in your studies. Thank you for listening.